So expert performers don't necessarily see a lot more information than non-expert performers, but they know what to focus their attention on in the environment to be able to anticipate what's going to happen next. So it's not about seeing more necessarily, which that would also be great, but it's about narrowing the attention to the most important information. We also find that in every sport which has been studied, that this phenomenon known as quiet eye exists, which basically means when you hold your gaze longer at the key stimuli in the environment, that means that more information is taken in via the visual system, which exists via the eyes to the brain, and therefore that helps the body to coordinate a movement response on the best way. So the longer the gaze is fixed on the key stimuli, the better the coordination of the motor skill. There's limited time for the brain to gain information from the eyes, and that's why the longer we can postpone that, the better. Of course, we're talking about split seconds sometimes here in these situations, but I think, Saul, that we all grew up with somebody telling us, keep your eye on the ball when it's traveling towards you, for example, in the air. And that is essentially following the quiet eye principle. So we also know from people who've got developmental coordination disorder, which is a condition which affects motor skill learning, that when you try to teach the people the movement pattern, the technical elements, they struggle. But when you teach them to focus their gaze better on the key stimuli, the brain coordinates itself better in a better movement pattern. So how does that work? So that comes from the self-organization theory of motor learning. Basically, it means the brain uses the information in the environment to self-organize an appropriate movement response. And this video clip will show, just let me know, Saul, if it doesn't play correctly. So you may have seen this before, but essentially a ball is going to be crossed to Cristiano Ronaldo. The lights are going to go out before he reaches the ball. As we see there, the lights go out and he puts the ball in the back of the net. When we see the second clip, the lights go out a little bit earlier. And what's really interesting is the third goal, because this time the lights go off before the crosser has even kicked the ball.